10 years to push them back, but we did. What was once a prosperous river trade, the Mississippi, is now the front line. The eastern states supply the river states, and what's left of the UA live out their meager days self-policing. What is the West hiding? Nobody really knows for sure. But we're alive, and this is the new frontier.
Hello everyone and welcome back to We're Live Frontier. In our last episode we had a hair-raising adventure.
It was explosive.
Go home, Sander.
All right. And
Get off of my table. It was amazing. There were 3 extremely close calls that happened between the salt mine and the Dam of the Damned. Well, I imagine our episode would pick up with the return of our 5 heroes to New Haven as they come back to cheers and applause and a happy village of people who now have seen the explosion and can watch as the dam, well, more than anything, there's a big hole in the middle of it. Both of its sides, like the 2 kind of pieces that are pulling it out at the moment, seem to still be pretty well intact, but the whole center part has essentially been blown to smithereens. So while the entire dam has not been destroyed, it is definitely letting a huge amount of the pressure out. Everyone is in essentially a good place. Jermaine, Carla, even Marion are kind of out there, and they shake your hands as they basically give you the blessings, Asher Emerson Stern III, to be able to make New Haven an official part of the Missouri River Runner route. Well, Asher Emerson Stern III.
Yes.
It's been very good doing business with you.
Yes, I believe we've held up our end of the bargain.
And we'll hold up our end of the bargain. You can officially go through the routes. We will designate this part of the track as whatever you need to get through it. And we'll gladly provide any wood or supplies as part of trade and barter in the future.
Oh, we're going to need some supplies and wood at the moment.
He motions over to the rail driver, and you can see they've already loaded up your fuel cavity, I guess, up to its brim.
Right. And I saw that you had some sort of preserved food. Is there any way that we could kind of stock up?
We don't have a whole lot more, but I can at least give all of you a couple more days at least. Enough MREs that we've been holding on to for a bad winter that we can take off over to you. I don't think the perishable food will probably take you very far.
Right.
So
now, listen. We also managed to explore the salt mines that are not too far from here.
Yes.
And there are sulfur deposits up there, as well as infected. But with the sulfur and some charcoal, you'll be able to make your own gunpowder in order to clear the rest of this dam.
Marion, is that true? Yeah. Yeah, Jermaine, it is. That's true. I've actually got a couple guys going up there right now. We're hoping they've blown out enough of it that it'll be a little light in there. We're trying to see if they can just set up a camp and go in there in the morning.
There also might be some films up there.
No, yeah. Our quartermaster mentioned that, actually.
I see it now. The Stern Industries New Haven Movie Theater. Yeah?
Well, if we happen to find a projector up in there, then we'll definitely be putting it to good use. So
please look and see if they have Conan the Barbarian.
Well, whatever we find, I'll make sure that all of you get tickets.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And you see that he actually gets kind of a serious look on his face as the next kind of realization comes onto him. It's like, are you planning on continuing out west?
We're going to have to continue the trade route.
I should probably warn you that not everyone along the river is as, well, pleasant to be around as us. We have our sour pots, trust us. And
just look at Marion.
And we aren't perfect, but the farther out west you go, the lot more dangerous it gets. So be careful. We've had some people go out west and never come back. And we don't know if it was from infected or whatever else could be out there, but it's not safe. It's not safe. you should honestly just end it here. Just stay in New Haven. You don't have to go out farther west. There's really nothing out there.
Well, I thank you for the advice. I'll put a pin in it and come back to it later.
Okay. Because there's plenty of room. In fact, with all of your help, we could probably expand the walls quite a bit, and we could go and make the gunpowder like you said. Kenneth looks over to Jenny.
I think it's time to go.
Gotta listen to her.
All right, well, Godspeed.
You too.
As you climb back into the rail driver, everyone kind of cruise ship waves you off at this stage as they all kind of wave out.
I want to open up the top hatch and go. Stern Industries thanks you, good citizens.
And you go off at what speed, Jenny?
Well, we go off-
55.
Burn that goal. No, we take it slow through the town.
Okay.
You know, part of me thinks maybe we should. Maybe we should have stayed.
Right.
What time of the day is it right now?
Well, they did invite you to stay for dinner. If you wanted to stick around and have another evening in New Haven, you probably could leave in the morning.
Well, let's do that.
It'd probably be safer. Yeah.
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. I didn't realize that was an option. That's what we're gonna do.
I'm still waving.
Everyone is elated to have you for a fine night of food and drinking.
Let's
and
get drunk.
DVDs.
Wraith and I spent the night watching documentaries on gunmetal.
Nature documentary.
Nature documentary. Falconry documentary.
Despite our extreme success, Ray is almost silent the whole night and very much to herself. Keeps looking over to Jenny and Wraith and making sure they're okay, and will not make eye contact with that one.
Okay, great. Any other points of interest from the evening? Is anyone going to town on the booze? Wasted. Great.
I'm gonna go out drinking with him and then make sure he gets back after he gets wasted to the sleeping cart, and then I'm gonna stop by the hospital and take a peek on Sarah. And I'm gonna spend a few minutes in there alone. Then I'm gonna walk back, and we're gonna have an awkward moment when I come back, and she's gonna still being
I'm up.
awake.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm up in the
The crow's nest?
Oh, in the pill box?
in the place where one comfortable person.
Yes, got it. So
You're just talking to her butt.
Kind of just looking up. I tried to say something, but she turned away from me, so I didn't say anything.
Wraith and Jenny?
I don't drink at all. I definitely eat. I eat a lot, but then I go straight back to the rail driver, and I before I go to bed, I just look everything over. I make sure everything's looking all right.
Do your
before.
ritual a little bit, placing things out. Wraith?
When I see him come in and try to talk to Ray and then get no response, I like turn over in my bunk, and you can see my bunk has like weird like decorations and stuff in it, and I just turn over and I'm like, you've earned some time in the doghouse, friend. What you did out there, you were like me when I joined this team. You have to think of how your actions will affect the whole team and not just react in the moment. We can help you, but you need to be more conscientious.
Sounds good, but next time I don't usually make mistakes, so I'll try not to let it happen again.
Go to bed. From my bunk.
And for that, I'm gonna take another cigarette out of the pack.
All right. Well.
Force me to smoke. You drive me to smoke. You make me smoke.
If there isn't any other events or things we'd like to talk about for the evening, we'll have it be morning. Band-Aid, you get 2 difficulty dice for the
right.
severe hangover that
That's
you're
fair.
dealing with for the day.
I don't know if we want to resolve this.
Oh
then.
yeah, the backpack, the backpack full.
And the
do you-
propane tank.
Oh, by the way, I should probably inform you that the reason that propane tank was so easy to pick up and move on with you is because it is empty.
Okay, but we got the container.
You do the hot
It's nothing.
water. You do the hot water test on it, where you run it down along the side and check for the cold spots, and nothing. Yeah.
At least we got it.
So,
We have a thing.
At least I looked really cool carrying it.
You did great. But the rest of those, because it's a meth lab, right? I imagine you have like a biohazard suits or firefighting suits or something in there, like leather gloves and gear.
Yes, but how many survival points would that be worth?
I'm going to probably call this 30. So I'll give you hazmat suit, firefighting gear.
I think the hazmat suit sounds.
Hazmat suit. That'll come with, you know, a couple of carbon filters, as well as a class. Probably wouldn't be class 3, but it'd be class 2 at least. Essentially, it's not like a
Airtight,
full. It's airtight, but it's not like a full clean suit that you would expect in like a, you know, radioactive plant or anything like that. All right. It's not a lead suit.
Do we
and
trade
it
in our
smells-
competence too?
Oh, right, competence.
We gotta trade in our
Competence. So we burnt some though.
I had 1 left.
I had one left.
I had 2 left.
2 left, 2 left, 2 left, 1 left. So you have 8 total. Great. 33. You'll get awarded 8 more survival points from competence gear. I'm going to give you an extra 10 survival points just worth of food. You can just put it in the rail driver. And you took in your 3 degrees of success earlier and to just cash that out for like some hazmat gear that you may have found inside of the meth lab at the dam. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Great. So you're looking at 93 survival points in the rail driver, plus your personal pool. Not too bad. And it's time to get on the road. So driving, you essentially run across a wide open road along the prairie. Starting early in the morning, you basically drive through the rail line. There's crunching of leaves and grass underneath you, and you feel the occasional cracking of saplings as you run them right by. As you pass by Gasconade, on the map, you actually see old vineyards. The stakes that held the vines up, they've long decayed, but the hills are just now grass and grapes everywhere. And in this part of June, it's vibrant green, and you can see ripe purple dots as you're just coming by these vineyards. And the old buildings are still there, and they're tall, and most of them are stone. And so they have this kind of grand presence, like churches that are just appealing to the mass of grapes in front of them. It's a chapel to nature almost. It's amazing. And you drive. And you drive.
Hey guys, check this out.
We should leave it
Stop
undisturbed.
shouting.
I'm a beer kind of guy anyway. Do you want to stop to get some grapes, Jenny?
No, I'm okay.
All right.
Just seeing it is enough.
True.
We drive on.
Drive on. You drive on for most of the day, 12 hours, taking you from early dawn, 6 a.m., to late evening, 6 p.m., when it starts to get dark. At that point, you need to start making a decision if you want to drive through the night or if you'd like to stop.
What does the area look like?
We about
A little bit past Gasconade. Yep.
Like just past that little churchy thing?
Yep.
Now we do have this map letting us know what is on the way, so maybe.
The vineyards made a very distinct landmark from where you are.
I feel like based on this map, we stay put for the night because there's some potential shit up ahead that we want to be present for.
I put on the brake.
So Jenny, you pull the brake on this, and you hear as the wheels screech to a stop. It Dick's Band-Aid, and they're pretty bad. And you basically pull over for the evening, leading it into the night. Dinner is made from rations and maybe what's left over of the fresh fish. Ray,
I'm gonna go to Jenny. Hey, you're good, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you for what you did back there. I mean, I thought that was it for me.
I think we all did. And it still might be it for that big motherfucker who made the whole thing happen, but thank you. It's been a really long time since I was in the right place at the right time to do something good. I didn't really know how much I needed to care about someone like that. I don't have a whole lot of hope for people being good to each other, but I see it in you. And I need you to know that about yourself, because you're gonna go on and do great things I can't do anymore. And I'm gonna go kick someone's ass. I'll be right back.
Jenny stops her for a moment and just pulls her into the biggest hug.
Right, I'm going. Bye. I can't. Goes up to the crow's nest and grabs her lock and goes out.
All right.
I'm just gonna look at Wraith and just go, over it.
Her trust is hard earned and easily lost.
I feel better now.
You slept the hangover off.
After another long night, good easy hours, trading shifts. It's quiet. The cicadas are chirping. It's so still. This area is clearly more nature, less remnants of man. Your pillbox provides nothing really of interest as far as the night goes. It's a relaxing, quiet night compared to what you've had to deal with the last couple of days.
I got some sleep too, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Switch out. But I think we're basically sitting at 7 days at this point.
As we're kind of in the night, you're reloading and kind of switching shifts with me. We haven't done anything about Yakli.
I should probably inform you that back in New Haven, Jermaine did mention that they got a hold of Colonel Yakli to confirm your identity. At the same time, they are happy that they've established connection with New Haven, and they've essentially confirmed the deal with the UA on the other side. And they were hoping to be able to catch you, but you were out. Gallivanting.
You were
on
drinking
there.
the night away.
I was.
Drinking the night away.
Bad, Asher. Bad.
Bad.
At the same time,
Responsible.
At the same time, Yakli is looking forward to a check-in really soon. Right?
Okay.
Because they were a little surprised, in particular, that they had to hear it from New Haven and not from you. And it's important that you haven't even checked in since just even a little bit before you left.
Right.
We have to make a call. Either we tell them that Asher is gone and we're continuing the mission, which is important to the company and to his family, or I bluff my way into being Asher, or we come up with an excuse that Asher's not on the phone.
Wait a minute. Your fucking name isn't Asher.
Nope. Sorry, Kent. It's just Band-Aid.
What?
There was another guy named Asher Emerson Stone III. He had to go. So the whole thing that we were talking about, that's real. That's the mission that we're on. Just he's not here.
His family financed this mission.
And you're just now telling me this.
Well, you just now joined up on the Rail Driver. Welcome.
I don't trust the company to support this mission without him.
Well, we're not.
The company cares more about the success of this mission, I think, than who accomplishes it.
We're not being supported by them in any other way.
Good point. So what are we going to tell him, since Asher was alive when we left New Haven?
Things happen.
Can we not tell the truth?
That he died before New Haven and we lied?
Yeah, let's just tell a little fib that he died after New Haven. We found out afterwards that he was infected and had to be dealt with. And we're following the law. We dealt with the body.
Which was burned, right?
It was burned.
Jenny, what do you think?
I say we go with that plan.
Yeah?
Yeah. Tell a little lie, but mostly the truth.
Just then do me a favor and get all your facts straight before you get on that phone. I really don't trust them.
Since you're the leader of this mission, did you want to make that call?
Yeah.
You would be second in
Yeah.
command.
No, you're right. You're right. I'll make the call.
Do we want to do it now? What time is it?
It is early in the morning. Right. Sun's up.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Here's the failsafe code. It's Lanzana, and it's the military prep school they both went to. And here's the sat phone.
Okay.
Good luck.
Am I supposed to say that? Like, okay, all
I
right.
don't know.
All right, so Jenny.
Yes, the looks at it, not too sure what really to do with a satellite phone, if there's even a number to call or what's really important on it.
I saw him push this button
Oh,
when he
okay.
called Yakli before.
Right.
He's on speed dial. He just put 1.
Ah, it's dialing. It's.
It's going. You hear it ring. You hear it ring. and then a click over.
Hello? Oh, Lanzana.
Lanzana? Code confirmed. Who are you looking for?
Colonel Yackley.
One moment, please. He watches the... kind of stops for a moment. And they go, Asher, there you are, man. I was getting worried
Colonel
about...
Yackley, it's not Asher. This is Jenny.
Jenny.
Yes, look, I don't know how to say this, so I'm gonna tell it to you straight. There was an accident at New Haven, and we lost Asher.
What?
He got infected, and, well, I think you know the rest. Look, we're still going to continue the mission. We know...
Fuck.
We know how important it is to you, and especially to Asher.
It wasn't... I mean, it is important, but... It was important to Asher to do this. I was just helping him out. This was really his thing. Shit! He got infected?
Yeah,
How? Can you give me some details?
yeah. We had to blow up this dam to get through New Haven.
Is that what happened in New Haven? I was told that he called in.
Yeah,
and
he did. He did. This was the last thing we did before we left.
So it just happened.
Yeah. He was the one who found the dynamite to blow up the dam, and he insisted that he place it. And as he was running from it, well, he was swarmed. And I mean, we tried to save him.
No, I get it. It's, look, I appreciate you calling and telling it to me. And I'm gonna have to tell the Sterns. I hope you don't mind if I call in New Haven and just make sure that everything happened the way it said it did. Not that I don't trust any of you. It's just, this is important that I have all the details correct.
Hang on, one moment.
Look, tell him that you were just trying to protect his good name. The fact is that he got drunk the night before. Everyone saw him. Everyone saw him as Asher getting drunk the night before. Say he got drunk that night. We were trying to protect his good name.
Jenny, are you there?
Look, he got drunk the night before, and we were just trying to protect his good name, okay?
Whoa,
and the whole town.
Wait. He got drunk the night before. He didn't die from drinking. He got infected? Was he drinking or was he infected?
In the middle of the night, he got drunk and he wandered off. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to tell you that it happened that way, but it did. It happened that way.
Okay, all right. I'm really not too sure what's going on here now or what's happening in this conversation, but either put Asher on the phone
He's not here. Yackley,
You hear the click over as it hangs up.
Oh, dang.
Shit!
Because we could have been.
If he
That
died
could have
before the
gone
dam
much,
blew.
much better.
If he died before the dam blew, everyone saw him that night.
Shit! I wasn't thinking.
It's okay.
It's okay. Tried to write it out. I wasn't fast enough.
So now the UA thinks that we may have murdered him, and we're making excuses?
Most likely, yes. Most likely. If they call in to check,
Either way,
the story isn't going to match
If they
up.
call into New Haven, they knew he was there when we left.
Sure, but that's fine. We said he was infected. We said that he died at the dam, but that's protecting what actually happened, which was got drunk.
Got drunk, got off the train.
Got
Look,
infected.
I appreciate, Band-Aid, you trying to make me feel better about this, but this is a...
You didn't fuck this up. Stop it. Stop it. There's no time for that. There's only time to solve it, okay? Okay? You're good.
That went well.
So, as the train begins moving on its route, you continue to kind of sit in this pregnant silence. And after not much time, call it another 6 hours or so, you start to see the broken skyline of a city in the distance as the open expanse now starts to become suburbs of a large major town. The buildings are burnt, the grass is dead, It looks like some of the areas were just very recently burnt out. You can see the water of the Missouri continue to kind of move at a much more regular pace as it's not filled with the rain of the storm that you came across earlier. And this giant city kind of lays in your skyline. And you start to see stone pillars, large columns of rock, stacked on top of each other and carved with faces. Some are stacked on top of large buildings, some are laid out along the track, but they just seem to be totems that are placed in various areas. And it seems whether they're carved from concrete or stone, they all have the same face that's kind of laid on them. And it's just this wide-eyed, pupilless face with long teeth and arms that come down on either end of the large stone columns. Some of them are stacked on each other in the way that you would imagine old native kind of totemic structures would be, except they're eerily urban and made from whatever materials are actually lying around more than carved wood in pieces.
That's normal.
And you can start to see a bridge up ahead. The bridge has a large loading freight. What I mean by that is have you ever seen like a loading bridge on a dock where you have two columns and a bridge ahead, and essentially it allows them to move items onto a train? Well, this rail line runs right across a river leading into what you can see on the map is Jefferson City. Barbed wire and chain link essentially cover this whole piece except for a small kind of inlet that makes a relief in this kind of, well, for all intents and purposes, a guard post, as you see several men in silhouette standing on top of the bridge as they're looking out towards the rail line.
Human?
Human.
You'd probably see it first.
Because I'm assuming I'm still up in the...
And you can see they definitely had the silhouette of armed men.
They're armed.
If we are the first to use this rail line in a long time, why do these men guard this place?
People coming on foot.
The little bit that you can survey, it seems like this river cuts from, you're on the southern side of the rail, right? And from forward for where this bridge you can see there is a river that feeds into the Missouri that comes from the south leading into north. And so this bridge seems to cross that small river feeding into the Missouri.
What are the chances we can blast past this place?
I'm not sure.
Heavily armed?
They all have long rifles, from what you can tell over here.
Probably. We're fast approaching, too.
And you're fast approaching at 35 miles an hour. At this point, you can actually see someone is pulling out a flashlight, and they're flashing you.
That's a sign to slow down.
Yeah, I got a flashlight. I can blink back the same signal.
Do it.
Does anyone know Morse code?
I could spend Gestalt to know it.
You can spend one Gestalt.
So let me, but I don't want to, but go ahead and give me the flashlight and let me try. So what are they saying?
Stop. S-T-O-P. Stop.
I'm gonna blink out.
Yeah.
Friend. F-R-I-E-N-D.
All right. It goes silent. It stops for a moment, and you can see the blink back as you're getting close now, but you get one more cycle of it stop before it ends.
Jenny, we gotta stop.
They're going to open fire on this car.
Does that matter?
It
I pulled a
does.
brake.
Everything kind of slips and you hear the wheels start to squeal again. You come across as you get halfway over the bridge before you stop onto what you can see now carved with spray paint over a large kind of open line. It just says Osage. O-S-A-G-E. It says Osage right on the front. And then you kind of look as like the four men come down in here. It's like, come on out. Open the hatch and put your hands up slowly.
You guys hear them?
One of us should stay on the rail driver. Someone take my gun. They saw that coming out.
We see you in the pillbox.
Someone take my gun.
I take the gun.
I'm going to take my long gun back.
I step out of the train.
On the side or the hatch?
They saw through the hatch, right? Yeah, I go through the hatch.
You
So
go
I
through the
definitely
top
have ducked
hatch.
down.
Yeah. Look at that one. What are you driving there, pretty girl?
Oh, we call it a rail driver.
Rail driver. That's a fancy piece of machinery. What are you coming out here west for?
Well, we are looking to make contact with the... I'm sorry, my mind just went blank.
Livingstone community.
The Livingston community.
Never heard of them.
Yeah. Well, now you have.
I guess we both learned something today.
What did I learn? Oh, wait, what?
That you're here at Osage.
Ah, yes, Osage. That's new. It's no longer Jefferson City.
No, you've come to the land of the redeemed. And you have found a place of glory. Unfortunately, we don't let strangers into Osage, not without the proper toll.
All right, what's this toll?
Just someone.
Someone.
Yeah. Is it just you in there? Who would you like to join the city of the redeemed?
I'm sorry, what do you do with this someone?
Everyone who comes to the city of Osage must leave a legacy in order to bring all of us to a greater understanding of who we are. For you to travel through, you must leave someone behind.
I'm gonna need a moment. Just a moment. Jenny closes the hatch. The fuck? I think there's some religious cult or something, and my mind, I think they want to sacrifice one of us. I think.
Worshippers. Fucking weirdos.
God.
Do you have any info about this? Have you heard about?
Last time I was in this parts, Jefferson City was still Jefferson City. So this is all new to me.
This is all new, huh?
Wraith, talk to us.
Yeah.
I know it's not your belief system, but anything more that you can think of. Is human sacrifice still a thing?
Or are they talking about building their community?
I don't feel like it's
It
actually.
could be either. It could be either, but based on their artwork, I think this is, sad to say, even most of my own mythology is a reflection of my own desires to find order and give meaning to my impulses. And the impulses these people have are not good.
How much do we even trust that if we, quote unquote, give them someone, they are going to let us through?
Exactly.
Pretty girl, it's been a long time. We hope you're not trying to get together some kind of attack plan in there.
You want to send a guy out this time?
That wouldn't be fun for you or anyone.
You want to send us both out? I'll walk out with you.
Whoa. What?
Hang on, I'm coming. Hang on.
Just to talk.
We are in the most defensible place. We should try to drive straight through here.
But they could have built anything on this rail line. We don't know what's going forward. This is just the bridge, and it's just a chain link fence, but they could have whole structures
and it
back
goes
there.
through an entire city.
Look, you're making us all real nervous out here. We're gonna drop something here pretty soon.
All right. I climb back up
Through the hatch.
out the hatch. There's no other option here. It has to be a person. It has to be.
Look, we know it's a difficult choice, leaving someone from your group in order to come join us in our group. But that being said,
Who's your leader?
well, he's the one who determines if you're having a hard time determining who is the best to join our community. So,
And join. Could you just elaborate?
come
join.
on inside. Let's have a talk about it. And you watch as kind of this grate is lifted up as he kind of like taps his foot down a little bit. And you watch as a couple of guys are just lifting and then pulling the grate aside, because you could see in this relief there was just sheet metal that was just pulled out to the side as it kind of scrapes in on each other. As it comes in, it's like, go inside and look for Kamon. Kamon will give you the full details of everything you need to know. But if you want to go through Jefferson City, one must be redeemed.
You come back now?
Come back down, drive in.
Okay.
All right.
I climb back down
We should punch it. We should punch it. The door's open.
Let's just drive in.
Okay.
Like full throttle or?
If we drive full throttle through a full city, you think these guys aren't going to try to blow us?
And if there's an entrance gate, there's an exit gate.
Exactly.
I slowly drive in.
Okay. As you pull the rail driver out into a slow crawl, 15 miles an hour, you start to go into the city and you come across the bridge, first of all. And as the land kind of reconnects, you start to see a lot of this old town, this building, this city has, well, it's not as clean as New Haven is, but you can definitely tell it is an orderly city. You can see people walking about. A lot of them are shocked when they see this rail driver coming through. And as you pass this large park to your left, you can see that the park has been converted into a small village. You can see that a lot of it is fenced in. You can actually see a large kind of barbed wire fence jutted out in various places with aluminum that's been welded or just hammered into place. And you can see a bunch of poorly put together structures that are essentially sitting inside of this park.
Does it go over the actual rails?
No, it is, as you pass through the park, you would see this to your left while the river's passing you on the right. And as you come across, you can basically see these jagged edges of aluminum and wood staked into the ground, and just peeking your head over what may have been a lush green park at one point seems now mostly trodden sod and dirt with these kind of precarious lean-tos. And right outside, as just for a glimpse, in fact, make a spot listen, anyone who's out looking.
See everything.
3 degrees of success.
Right, 3 degrees of success.
2 degrees of success.
So all of you just looking out through the left-hand part of the rail driver as you're kind of watching this jagged, enclosed area. For a brief second as you pass by, you can start to see people with rickshaws kind of just walking along one of the old decrepit roads leading into the main city as you pull into a 3-story stone building with a 4th one pulling straight up from the top like an old, ancient stone cathedral that seems to be probably even before the fall, very, very old. But it has this Gothic architecture that kind of understands into it. As you can see, more effigies are placed on top of it, and these sharp pillars kind of stick up, as you can see the glorious symbol of this face that you saw earlier onto it, put on with loving care onto the front of it. As you pull into the city, you start to see that people are having to actually get out of the way of the rail driver, as some people are using it as part of the way to get to the river. Slightly down the road, Jenny, to where you see a team of men. They're starting to push a bus, and you can see they're doing this with an old bobcat. Basically, they're just kind of dropping a city bus right in front of the rail line. And that's close to the center of what was once Jefferson City.
Again, how long does it take to convert this to off-road?
Half a day.
All right, I was thinking we could just try to back up out, but
Not so much at this point.
if the gate is closed and the bus is in front.
We have no choice but to keep moving forward.
You want me to punch through this bus?
Do you think we can push a bus?
We can push a bus, but what else are they gonna throw at us?
Am I misunderstanding this, or is there also a stone freaking wall? Are these stone walls around us, or are these stone
No,
walls?
it's off to the side, isn't it?
to the side.
Like a sort of cathedral sort of thing.
Word.
Yeah, it is a Gothic cathedral.
With a bus in front of us.
Well, you pass by the Gothic cathedral. Now you're going into the downtown part
right.
of old Jefferson City.
With a bus in front of
And
us.
you've got a bus in front.
They're going to get us out of the rail driver. They're going to try to take our weapons. At that point, we would be at their mercy.
Truth.
You can see it's coming to you. 100 feet,
We're running out of time.
Pause.
Gotta make the call, Jenny.
75 feet,
Sorry.
We trust
50
you.
feet.
Hold on.
I hit the
20.
throttle. I hit the
All
throttle.
right, 25 feet before, you can see people are starting to get out of the way as this train is just not stopping and not moving. You punch the throttle as you put it into full motion, and you can hear as the steam just as you let out all of the steam at one part, and all of you make balance checks.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm gonna break my leg.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, we could say that I was positioned like leaned up against a bunk, and the bump makes me fall into the bunk, basically.
Right. Prone.
Yeah.
That's worth 1. Perfect.
1 degree of success.
Yeah. You were braced for the impact.
Yeah,
You
I
knew
saw
it
it.
was coming. You're fine.
3 degrees of failure.
Yeah.
So, I did not see it coming because I thought we were gonna stop.
Yes.
And then it got punched, so I slammed up against the wall in between the cars.
Yeah.
And then I'm knocked prone, and then that empty propane tank from the meth lab
Yeah.
comes and gives me a good old black eye.
Give me 2 damage to roll against you.
Oh, bam.
Take 3 damage.
Okay. Can do.
1 result and a
Jenny.
2 result. You basically, got a black eye from the very empty propane tank
Right.
that fell down.
I'm like
upon
on
you.
the floor, and it's just like a Home Alone moment of.
Yeah. Right.
2 degrees of success.
Yeah.
Apparently not at grabbing those 2 degrees of success.
You maybe were holding on to something to brace yourself
I was
against
holding
this.
on to something to brace myself against it, and if I can use 1 degree just to brace, and 1 degree to be ready with the AK heading up.
Absolutely. Oh, to the top.
Heading up.
Yeah, use the second one in order to get up to that pillbox and get ready for what's coming. Done.
Well, I obviously did not expect the full force of the jolt. So the first degree of success is when I lost my hand and when I was holding on the side. I didn't lose my actual hand.
Jesus fucking Christ! That's all fine!
And then my hand fell off.
And then you had to cauterize it in the cold.
And I pulled my eyeball out. No. The grip I had on my hand for the first degree falls, causing a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So with that happening, I get airborne because we are launched, and I'm going
It's backwards.
backwards.
Yeah.
So I'm airborne backwards at a rapid speed.
Yeah.
I trip over you and the
propane tank?
propane tank, making it an even worse fall on the back of my head as I slam against the back of it.
Right. So I'm going to take the rest and roll 4 damage dice.
Oh, gosh. So I could possibly have a serious concussion and be very injured right here.
Yeah.
2 more damage dice, please.
Let's hope it's just a rap on the head and I'm a little dizzy.
So I'm going to roll 4 damage dice against you at the moment.
What if we say that Kent on the way back, because the back of the rail car was reinforced,
Right.
that we transfer some of the damage I would take to the rail car as well?
Okay.
And that
All right.
a few planks are going to be knocked off. We may have a hole in the back also. So there's an opportunity to really damage me and the rail car here, but we're going to split the damage.
I'll take yours down to 2,
Okay.
and then, I'll roll against the rail driver in the back.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
All right? This one's for you.
Okay.
So you take some superficial damage of 4.
4 damage. Okay.
Here's the rail driver. Wow, I'm just woofing it today.
Cool, good.
We're not sad about that.
So you basically just against the back of it, and you hear as the wood just splinter. It didn't fall all the way out. You just heard it crack against you as you just crack against the back of it, and you can feel your spine and the back of your head just ache.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
No one cares. No one said anything. I just kind of nod.
And you just, here, and I have to roll against the rail driver, if you don't mind. May I have one more?
For the front.
For the front.
1.
So, Jenny, as you just burst through this thing, you kind of hear metal on metal squealing as basically you have it jammed against you, and you can feel the rail driver start to shake as you're pushing this thing alongside with you as your speed slows down, and you have the bus caught right in the rail guard as it seems to just be holding on. It's still pushing out, but since you T-boned it directly, you're basically pushing it as well as yourself along this rail line. The thing has lifted up to the cattle guard a little bit, and now your view is entirely blocked by a big "Welcome to Jefferson City" billboard that's right in front of you. All
What
right.
can I see?
What can you see from the pillbox?
Yeah.
A lot of people running around screaming. People just scatter everywhere as you start to see some doors open. You can see that the men who are pushing it have now pulled out their guns and have started firing into the side of the rail driver. As you hear the plink, 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 plink of it going against the armored side of your sleeper cart. What do you want to do?